Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to A Better World with Adrienne. I am so grateful and excited that you are here. And I'm very excited about the energy that's opening up on our planet right now. Whether you are tuning into this episode right when it drops in May of 2026, or you're listening to it several years in the future, this is a potency that is alchemical, that is visceral, that is ancient, that is fated, and it really is up to each of us to not only understand how it's impacting the whole entire planet and humanity and consciousness, how is it impacting your unique soul mission, your unique divine assignment, your unique contribution to a world we're proud of, a better world, new earth, right? So, I am actually recording this episode a day earlier than I usually record because the transmission is just coming through so strong, and I always trust that. I always trust when I feel like something is really ripe to share, just share it and go now. So, I'm really grateful to be here with you. Before we dive into Pluto and everything that's going to be going on all the way till 2044, the specific checkpoints that you've got to be aware of in the moment of now, there are two ways that you can work with me currently if you want to go deeper. Okay. My spaces are for the fully committed, the mavericks, the leaders, the visionaries, the already successful that are really doubling down on your soul mission in this energy inside New Earth Elite, which is this movement, which is everything we do together, healing, knowledge, and skill, one-on-one mentorship called One-on-One Lux. This is where you and I work together one-on-one. And the Greece Atlantis activation. This is an in-person 6-day alchemical pilgrimage on sacred land. And the timelines changed. So originally we were going to do it in June at the summer solstice in 2026. And the date has been rearranged for the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. We're going to be doing the 8/8 Lionsgate portal all the way through the first eclipse in August. The energy is immense. I cannot overstate the powerful portal and opportunity. I'm getting full body chills just sharing the new dates. I'm like, okay, if you feel called to either work with me one on one or come to Greece Atlantis or both, the link to apply for both of those experiences, opportunities is in the show notes. I would love to welcome you to the space if we are an aligned fit, if you feel called. So, first step, fill out the application, share your heart with me, and I will be in touch from there. Okay. Pluto's provision and psychological surgery checkpoint. I feel called to speak into this energy because there is so much changing really, really fast right now, and the timelines are splitting really, really fast right now. Like I said, I'm recording this in May of 2026, and this is going to be timeless because this energy of Pluto and Aquarius is going all the way till 2044. And what I teach my clients, my students, and what I do myself is that you must be studying the astrology forward and back, right? Looking ahead, what is the astrology coming up? Looking back, how did the astrology up till this point impact my life? And I was having a conversation with someone the other day. I'm meeting a lot of new people right now. I'm getting in person as much as possible with my clients and for my own expansion. And I was talking to someone who's new in my world, and I could tell they were a bit of a skeptic about astrology. And it's like, okay, if you think about all the taboo topics, or like, why are they taboo? Why is there so much like skepticism? First of all, I love a good skeptic because you're using your discernment. However, the most powerful things are demonized, are distorted, are hijacked. If you want more on this, go listen to Dark Forces 101 episode or listen to my podcast episode called How to Spot a Charlatan. Um, it's a crazy. It's a crazy time, and Jesus flipped tables for a reason, right? When people disrespect the ancient codes, it can bring up a lot of anger. And it's because they're they're that powerful. If it wasn't that powerful, why would there be all of this agenda trying to hijack it and make people think it's not real and serious, right? Astrology is literally the study of divine timing. It is an acrid. I tried to say ancient and sacred at the same time, and it came out as anchored. It's an anchored, it's an ancient sacred science. Like all farmers, all civilizations, as far as we know, they use the stars to plan, oh, how are we gonna plant our seeds? Well, like where are we in our location? Like making decisions. Like every ancient ruler had astrologers and oracles to help guide them in divine timing, because there is the astrology of your unique natal chart. Both of these things, by the way, are things that I help you discover, decodify, unlock, and leverage for yourself and your soul mission. It's a huge part of my mentorship. So, this is the study of divine timing. If you had a portal into the exact divine timing, would you use it? Right? We do. That's what astrology is. So, um, this is valid all the way till 2044. And what's happening right now? So, as you listen to this episode, I want you to really be feeling and thinking and reflecting on, okay, how is this showing up in the collective, and how is it showing up in my soul mission, and what am I being called to do right here, right now in this energy? Okay. There are going to be things that stick out to you in this episode. I want you to trust that. I want you to follow that. Um, Pluto's provision. So I've been in deep mentorship with the planet Pluto since 2023, which is when Pluto first entered Aquarius. So in spring 2023, a process started for all of us, both on a collective scale and an individual scale, where a death and rebirth process happened that is leading us to what the end game is: claiming your ultimate power, right? Pluto is all about power. Pluto is all the taboo topics. It's sex, money, power. It's all about power plays. So what's happening on our planet right now is we're switching from an ecosystem of power over and power to, where we use power over other people to control them, or we give our power away to external things like, I don't know, healthcare, government, education, blah, blah, blah. Or we are shifting into the new earth, which is just bringing the heaven on earth back to reality on our planet. A better world is power with and within. That's claiming your ultimate power. It's unconditional power. I have an episode all about unconditional power. I've been in deep mentorship with Pluto because when Pluto first entered Aquarius, Pluto started sitting right on top of my natal Saturn. So, where my Saturn is in my unique birth chart, which is only unique to me, right? The Adrian portal of this lifetime, the white star portal of this lifetime, what I chose for the characteristics, the opportunities, the challenges, how my blueprint works. My Saturn is right at the beginning of Aquarius. So Pluto entered Aquarius, and Pluto is the planet of power and death and rebirth. And Saturn is the planet of boundary limitation, restriction, long-term vision, structure, discipline. So the planet of limitation and the planet of death have been together in my chart for coming up, no, exactly 3 years. I've been playing in this energy. And when I say play, I mean like a lot of death vibes, like literally anything that was not aligned for my highest timeline long term for my soul mission, including all previous forms of success, went through a and rebirth process. And I'm still, I am integrating the provision of Pluto, and I wanted, like, I got this download, Pluto's provision. Like, what is the provision of Pluto? What is what does it mean to be provided for? Provision is like supplying materials and supplies, and provision from Pluto is God source, the universe, spirit, creator by way of the planets and the cycles is giving you the fertile soil for long-term blessings, but it's the kind of deep, dark soil that only comes when you allow things to compost. Like, I was raised by farmers. I've been living from the land my whole life. And especially since I moved to Maui and I, left my city life that I had for a decade in Chicago, and I just really started living more closely with the land again, I'm just more viscerally tied to that, which is very important for you, for me, for all of us, for New Earth, is like New Earth literally has the word earth in it for a reason, right? We're making heaven on earth with Mother Earth. If we're disconnected from Mother Earth, we're automatically not building with her. We're not connected to our human experience. We're not connected to our souls. We're not connected to our literally where we live, this planet. So if you think about like a compost pile that you would, take food scraps or like anything in the wilderness, like when it dies, like for example, like if an animal dies in the wilderness, its body lays there and it composts. And the natural process of regeneration, like death, it like the soil absorbs the nutrients and it all gets transmuted and transformed. And Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth and alchemy. It's all about alchemy. Pluto is about when shit hits the fan, I spin it to gold. That's what Pluto is. And Pluto's provision is giving you experiences of a death and rebirth process for you to claim your ultimate power. So in the case of Pluto, it can be very, very literal. It also is going to be very, very symbolic of like where in your life have you been brought down to the studs? Where in your life has there been a death and it's been very visceral and painful and you're being like shown and put through a process. Like Pluto is not about speed. Pluto's literally going to be in Aquarius till 2044, okay? And what's happening is that these long-term blessings are being um positioned right through the soil being created right now. Like I personally, because of my natal chart and what my soul chose for this lifetime, like Saturn is the builder. I'm a builder of New Earth. Aquarius is New Earth. Aquarius is the collective. It's fixed air. It's the mind space. It's innovation. I have several episodes on Pluto and Aquarius. I'm not going to go super deep into that. This podcast, by the way, is my offering to the collective. Like I could probably sell and monetize every single podcast for like a lot of money. And I'm just so excited to share all of this because this is my offering, right? Right now, at this moment in time, we just had Pluto station direct in May of 2026. And when a planet stations direct, I like to call it a clutch moment. Like if you're driving manual stick shift car. I don't know, all you like Gen Z out there, I don't know if you know how to drive a stick shift. Um, you put the clutch down when you want to switch gears, right? So you put the clutch down, and when a planet stations direct, it is actually more, it pulls focus and it's more extreme than when a planet is retrograde or moving forward, right? And Pluto moves very, very, very slowly. Like when you compare Pluto to like the sun, for example, the sun moves through a whole sign in 1 month, right? Pluto moves through a sign in 20 plus years and then it goes back and forth. And it's like we just entered a 5 month cycle of Pluto retrograde. So Pluto's going to be retrograding. So whether you're listening to this as it's happening or in the future, like I want you reflecting on either what's happening in your life currently or what did happen and how is it informing your decisions moving forward? Because astrology is not about, there's a lot of bullshit out there with astrology. I am a free will empowerment astrologer. I'm also an astrologer from the ancient codes and New Earth integrity. Astrology is not about like, I'm a victim to what's going on. No, it's it's understanding how to read energy. It's the responsibility of learning how it's impacting your life specifically and noticing the patterns of what happens when specific frequencies hit your chart in all these different areas of life so you can move more intelligently with these energies. I believe in intelligent risk. Like if you an intelligent choice, an intelligent bold moves, right? We're moving on intuition and we're moving on information, right? So there's a process in your life and the whole collective that started back in 2023. And right now, we're entering a 5 month refinement and review process that's calling you to claim a deeper expression of your ultimate power. Where are you giving your power away? Are you giving your power away to the news? Are you giving your power away to circumstance? Are you giving your power away to media, quote unquote, the economy, scrolling? Like literally, you have ultimate power. And Pluto in Aquarius is all about you claiming that ultimate power, fixed air, ruling the mind space. You've got to take command of your brain. You've got to take command of your mind. You've got to take command of your thoughts. If you do not meditate, start meditating. If you've never done a cosmic cellular breath work with me, do it now. I have a whole library of classes on my website. Um, Highly recommend, by the way, Aquarius Advance for this specific frequency. Fixed air. You can bend reality with your breath. And I'm not talking about yoga breathing. I'm not talking about Wim Hof. If you want to learn more about the specific holotropic breathwork journeys I facilitate, go listen to Breathwork Beats Therapy every single time. And I'm referencing a lot of other podcasts in this episode. I love it. Um, I've just searched breathwork in my queue. I have at least five about it. Like busting a lot of myths too and things because breathwork has become a buzzword. Now, why is that? Same as astrology. Because the most potent things are demonized, are hijacked, are distorted. Why? To block people from accessing their power. So again, with the power plays, Pluto's all about power. If we just learn the basics of Pluto, Pluto is the planet of the underworld. It's the dark lord. Okay? It is the planet of death. And a lot of people fear death, but here's the thing. If you fear death, you will never fully live. You've got to dance with death to fully live, right? I had the most powerful near-death experience that activated my shamanism when I almost died in a car accident at 16. I danced at death's door. I got a chance to fully live. I got a chance to come back. All of this is bonus time. I went into the white light. I could have been done. I got to come back. All of this is a gift, a day to fully live, right? Now, Pluto is connected to Scorpio energy. Scorpio is fixed water, okay? So notice we have fixed air, Pluto and Aquarius, and we have fixed water, connected and associated with Pluto, which is Scorpio, that is fixed like the scorpion. It's the surgeon. The scorpion has the little pinchers, right? And it sees its prey, and it's like, people don't think about Scorpio this way, but it's this precision of like, I see the wound, I'm gonna go right to the heart of it. And it takes its tail and it's like, and it's super painful. It's only painful for a second because you went right to the root, the alchemical, visceral root that everyone avoids. You just go right there. Scorpio's not about bullshit. Scorpio is not about small talk. It's about, I'm going to go deep right to the heart. That's why Scorpio rules sex, money, um, the occult. Like it's the unseen, death. Where what most people avoid, Scorpio goes right there. And that's what Pluto does. And so this is also connected to your ability to make quantum money. Scorpio money, water money, is all about quantum money. It's a 1 + 1 = 1,000,000. Taurus money is, I make this much every month and I stack and I stack and I stack and I have a savings, and it's like it's more 3D, it's more earthly based. We get to have both, right? Because that's what makes New Earth Elite different. That's what sets this work apart, is that we fuse high performance with spiritual mastery, right? Which means you're here to be wildly abundant, successful, powerful, healthy in your human body, and be a magician in the spiritual arts, right? That's why we're in the training room, healing knowledge and skill, health, wealth, happiness, freedom, daily inside New Earth Elite. How do you do this with me? One-on-one Lux mentorship. Come to Greece. Those are the current portals. There is a precision that happens with Pluto. And what's happening right now is why I called it psychological surgery checkpoint. Pluto is psychological surgery. Pluto is very, very connected to psychic abilities. It's the unseen, it's darkness. Are you willing to go into the unseen? Are you willing to let Pluto do psychological surgery on you? What does that mean? It's that Pluto's provision is here to break your brain and rearrange your consciousness so you can access your ultimate power. Are you willing to let Pluto rearrange your consciousness? Psychological, it's the mind. In Aquarius, especially because it rules the mind space. So it's like, are you willing to let all of the beliefs you've had up till this point die? And not just let them die, but sacrifice them on the altar. Because here's the thing, Pluto is unrelenting. I have learned since 2023 with Pluto literally sitting on my Saturn. And what Pluto does, all planets do this, most of them do. There's like Venus retrograde, there's Mercury retrograde, there's Mars retrograde, there's the sun and the moon don't do retrogrades. Um, However, the other planets and planetary bodies like Chiron, um, planets move forward and planets move backward, right? And depending on the planet, it will appear to us that they are moving backwards, right? And so they go forward, back, and they scan forward and back a certain part of your life, a certain part of the collective consciousness, right? So this is all happening in the collective. This is why everything with AI is getting so quick. This is why just so much is like exploding and accelerating in our world right now. The innovation, there's an immense opportunity. People that tell you the world is going to shit, like, block it out. I literally do not care what they say out there. It's not real. We play by creators' rules. It's not about bypassing. It's not about saying like, oh, that like these wars aren't happening. It's about what level of consciousness are you going to choose? What level of consciousness are you going to take command of and let access you and wield with precision. And Pluto is giving the provision, especially for the next 5 months. So from May 2026 all the way until fall, October 2026, which again, if you're listening to this in the future, I want you reflecting on this time period and how did it play out, whether you worked with it consciously or not, because there's information for you there. Um, in you claiming your ultimate power through your mindset, in you claiming your ultimate power through, it's not enough to just say, to have Pluto bring forth a death. You need to be sacrificing it on the altar to be in right relationship with Pluto. Pluto is relentless. This is Pluto energy is why I moved to Maui, and literally no matter what I did, my limited human brain. This is why I always say God's plan is better than mine. In my brain, when I moved to Maui in 2023, I was like, I'm putting down roots here. I'm going to have a family here. I'm going to buy a house here. And I had no idea that I was literally going there to go through an extreme shamanic death. And when I say extreme, it was very, very extreme. Um, if you are not actively, mindfully, and willingly participating in the process with Pluto of like willing to let things die, willing to let things go, your life, you will get kicked in the ass. And you might get kicked in the ass like if you're listening to this and you are Aquarius, you have major Aquarius placements, or you have major air placements, this is impacting you even more. If you are any of the fixed signs, so Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, um, what's the other? Taurus. So all of this is impacting me really, really personally because I'm Taurus rising. I'm a Leo sun. I have a Saturn in Aquarius, like, and my Pluto's in Scorpio. Hello. So you've got to be an active participant in this. And, it's a checkpoint. When a planet stations retrograde, and it's a process of review, refine, reflect, redirect. Spirit creator is saying, you missed a spot. We got to go back and get more details. There's more here for you. So it's like we turned in our paper, like if Pluto was checking your paper about how you've been claiming your ultimate power in Aquarius frequency since 2023. And you turned in your paper, and right now Pluto's giving you your grade. It's the review process. So, being open to this psychological surgery, are you willing to just break your brain? We have no idea the limitless abundance, magic, opportunities, mindsets, creations, wealth, health, dreams, businesses, inventions. Stop putting a limit on Creator's plan. Pluto is a huge part of a better world. Pluto and Aquarius. We are not going to see Age of Aquarius in our lifetimes. We are the midwives. You and I, and me, and all of us. We actually are a very special group of souls who got to come back and reincarnate at this specific time with this specific life path and skill sets. If you're listening to this episode, you are here to build a better world, to birth new earth. The question is, are you answering that call? And we're the midwives. What happens when something's born? It's a bloody birth. It's the most visceral pain and the most extreme magic that exists. That's extremely Pluto, right? So we're entering this, it's a psychological surgery checkpoint. This is an important time for you to claim a deeper level of your power. Anything you've been avoiding, and I want you to trust the first thing that you thought of when I said that. What have you been avoiding? Where have you been disassociating? That's unhealed Aquarius is dissociation, right? And also Aquarius is like it's all about the collective and it's like a strong collective is built through powerful individuals. Where are you self-abandoning for the good of the group? Where are you self-abandoning for the collective? Okay, New Earth is not about this like martyr energy. It's about I only pour from overflow. So this is the energy that's going on right now. It's an insanely powerful time. It's an insanely important portal. And I'm just so grateful that I channeled on this energy. So you've got a little taste of what exactly it is and how to leverage it, and what to really reflect on. And this is going to be retrograding from 5 to 3 degrees Aquarius. So if you have any planets at the beginning of Aquarius, buckle up, babe. And also, like, I want to work with you. Like, bold invitation. If you have major Aquarius placements, especially at the beginning of Aquarius, by the way, if you don't know your placements, you've got to know. If you're going to birth new realities, if you're going to be a thought leader, Aquarius is thought leadership. My clients inside New Earth Elite, you are thought leaders, you are innovators, you are visionaries, you are founders. You are wildly successful. And here's the thing, you're so successful, no one knows you've been going through the motions because you're already so successful. However, a new level of being misunderstood, unrelatable, a new expression of your potential is calling you and commanding and demanding new levels of growth from you. And if you don't know how all of this is impacting you, you're flying blind. So, reach out if you feel called to do one-on-one or come to Greece. Greece is really connected to Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius because it's connected to Atlantis. Atlantis, many of us, most of us did at least a handful of past lives in Atlantis. And what happened is in Atlantis is they got so power hungry with AI that they left the human organic love centered timeline and they went straight into robot land. And what happened? The civilization collapsed. It fell. So we have an opportunity to rewrite history, but this lifetime is only different when we each choose differently. And we're going to be reclaiming past lives and activating all of that together in Greece in August, the 8/8 portal. Literally, I'm so excited. Like, oh my God, the time, like, again, the timeline got rearranged. Right as Pluto was stationing retrograde, I was like, and I've got to revisit this timeline because something's off. And then I saw it very, very clearly through multiple like confirmations like okay, yes, it's the 8/8 Lionsgate portal and the eclipse portal. So wow, it's an amazing time. It's an amazing time. I'm sending you so much love, so much nourishment, so much power. If you feel resonant with what I share, you already know if you want to work with me. You already know if you want to come to Greece. You already know if you want to do one-on-one Lux mentorship. So my spaces are the opportunity where claiming your ultimate power is literally the option. It's the one thing. And we focus on that through healing knowledge, skill, astrology, breathwork, high performance coaching, like all of these things for you to rise into the person you came here to be. So if this is you, and this is not for everyone. It's not for everyone. It's not for, you're not here to be mediocre. You're not like everybody else. If this is you, if you are the elite soul for New Earth Elite and you feel called to one-on-one mentorship or Greece Atlantis or both, go to the link in the show notes and apply. I would be so honored and excited to welcome you into one or both of these spaces if we are a fit. So the first step is just fill out the application and I will be in touch. And you will really understand how, in our work together, I will teach you and help you and guide you in how all of this is impacting you, how to leverage it, how to access your highest potential through it, and make your unique impact in the world through it. So, yeah, this is today's episode. I love you so much. Go out there and claim your ultimate power, why don't you? Share this episode with someone in your world who you know would really resonate and benefit from this message if they are like really on this frequency, and make a stranger smile today. You have no idea what people are going through, and you can be the reason they believe in life again. Okay. I love you so much. I believe in a better world. New Earth is now. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne. Pluto's provision and the psychological surgery checkpoint. Let's go.